Hmm. Hey, what's up? All right. What's up, guys? It's Dean. I'm just getting situated live, so give me a moment to get everything set up here, and then I will get started. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why my video is not going live on Facebook. That's what I'll be talking about, actually. That is the topic. Weird. All right. Password. Okay, logged in here. What's up, people? Hey, I'm getting situated, so I will be live in a second. I'm just making sure this is working. Do I have to hold this down to go live? What's going on here? I've actually never gone live on Instagram right now, and I don't know how this works. Feel like an old goober. Title? Add a title. I can add a title. How long to develop flexibility? Weekly AMA. Live AMA weekly. Add title. Go live. No. How is this working? Well, this is fun. Checking connection. You're now live. All right. Instagram worked. Sorry, guys, for the delay. You are loud and clear on YouTube. Mark Zuck is toying with you. He is indeed. This shit did not work. And now I have to type all that shit in again. Delete. F you, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, it was definitely Mark. Mark who ruined that. Live post. How long does it take to build flexibility? Weekly live AMA. Weekly. Join me and ask your questions. Ask your questions. Done. Start live video. All right, seeing if this works again. Instagram, I've never gone live before, so this will be cool to see what you guys, YouTube, you guys are always great. So hoping that Facebook starts working here soon. All right, so these are weekly videos, and finally Facebook decided to work. So just started working. All right, so these are weekly live videos that I do. The goal here is to just check in with you guys, get to know what kind of questions you guys are asking, but then also tell you about what's going on in Manflow Yoga world. So let you know about our new workout for the week, letting you know, asking, checking with you guys, what programs, which workouts from Manflow Yoga are you working on? And then if you have questions about something that you're working on, if it's about yoga, if it's about something in fitness in general, if it's something that I haven't talked about ad nauseum, I will address it in this video, or I can direct you to a specific link so that you can learn more about that. So today's video, I wanted to talk about how long it takes to develop flexibility, because I think this is a big question that people get, right? They want to know how long it's going to take until they start improving their flexibility and noticing results. And there are a few things that are part of this, and I'll go through those. By the way, I'm going to be trying and going through your comments as I'm doing this. It's kind of hard to talk about something but also read comments at the same time. So if I don't reply to it right away, it's because I'm talking about something else. But I'm going to try and I'll try and reply and answer your question when I get a chance. So, oh gosh, Cholito, what's the advantage to becoming a member versus taking advantage of your YouTube videos? Well, I'll just address that question, because the only reason that any of this exists is because we have a members area. And the members area is where you actually see all of my workouts and all my programs, things that we don't put on YouTube. So on YouTube, I'll be straight up with you guys. This is kind of an advertising platform for my members area. We put things here that are still great, that are super valuable. We put a bunch of workouts. We put some of my best workouts. We put tutorials. We let you guys, kind of get a taste of what's going on in the members area. But the longer workouts, the organized programs, the extra tutorials, the community aspect. So actually getting in with the community and being able to interact with people there. The members area is basically my product. I don't have anything. I don't sell anything else. Yes, we have workout program. I mean, we have yoga. We have yoga mats. We have yoga blocks. I have a book out, but I don't have any other training programs that I sell for Manful Yoga. The members area is where I add all my content. That is what I spend 80% of my time on, is spent on creating content for the members area or interacting with the members and getting them answers, getting them answers to their questions. So the members area is where you get all of my extra workouts. It's where you get the organization of a program. A lot of my programs have daily emails to help hold you accountable. So my challenges have daily emails to hold you accountable. It's ad-free. There's tons of stuff like that. All right. So yeah, I had to clear that up, because the members area is the reason why all this exists. If I didn't have a members area, I would not just do this. I would not just do this for fun. I would not just spend all this time making all these videos, and then also, it's not just me making these videos. There's a team behind all of this. This is not just me hanging out in this office that someone gave me for free. These are things that we have to pay for. So yes, if you want to support me and support what we do and be able to keep putting out workout videos, the members area is how you do that. But it's also how I support you. I give you organized programs that you can follow along to. I give you schedules of workouts. I give you support. I answer your questions. You also get to be part of a community. You get discounts on mats, on our cork yoga blocks, on all of that stuff. So, all right. So let's get started. So I wanted to talk about how long it takes to develop flexibility, because that's obviously a question that people are going to be concerned about. If you're starting yoga, there's probably a goal here that you want to work on your flexibility, and we want to know how long it takes to actually build flexibility. So there are a few factors involved. First, I'll just straight up answer the question, but then I'll talk about what you're really trying to get to with more flexibility. So there are a few factors involved here. First part is, what type of yoga are you doing, or what types of movements, what types of exercises are you doing to increase your flexibility? If you do something that is all just basic stretching, so if all I do, let's say I want to increase my hamstring flexibility, and all I do is like put my leg up on a table right? And I just hold here for like 60 seconds and I don't do anything else. So this is super passive, all right? So this is a super passive way to do a hamstring stretch. This will increase my flexibility. I could do this, if I did this every day for a couple of times, then I could increase my flexibility, but this isn't going to dramatically increase my flexibility. This is really basic. This is very passive. There's no strength involved here. So if you're only doing passive stretching, then you're not really going to increase your, going to increase your flexibility that quickly. to actually increase your flexibility, we do want to be doing something active. We want to be actively building strength and flexibility at the same time. And that's what mobility is. So I'm going to show you some, example of what mobility is here. So I'm trying to navigate having too many cameras at once here. So mobility and active mobility is adding in something where you're building strength, but also working on flexibility. So an airplane balance like this, okay, so this is something that builds active mobility, right? Because I'm working on strength, right? I'm working on balancing, but I'm also working on flexibility at the same time. So if you're doing something that's just stretching, again, decent for your flexibility, it will provide you with some immediate benefits in terms of releasing tension from the joints that the muscles you're stretching are connected to, but it's not going to dramatically improve your flexibility over time. In order to increase your flexibility, to get the really noticeable benefits of flexibility, then you have to combine that with strength. And when you can actually increase your flexibility and do it in a way that's long-term, you're going to notice a few things. You're going to move a lot better. Your joints are going to feel much better, so you won't have as much popping or clicking in your joints. Your joints are going to feel better just in general. You're not going to feel as much tension or discomfort because the longer your muscles are, the more flexible they are. They won't pull as much. So your hamstrings, for example, we've been talking about hamstrings so far. Your hamstrings connect to your lower back, okay? So when your hamstrings are tight, they could pull in the low back, and that could cause tension there. That causes that pain. Your hamstrings also connect to your knees. So if you have tight hamstrings, you might have some knee discomfort. When you can start to work on flexibility, you're going to notice those benefits. So anyways, some other things to think about in terms of how long does it take to develop flexibility? How old are you? So the younger you are, and yes, but don't let this be like an excuse, but typically the younger you are, the more flexible you're going to be, the faster your muscles recover, and the less time it takes to be able to stretch. When you start to get older, and there's no specific age that this really happens, based on my experience, there's definitely a big jump that happens when you hit your 50s, but your muscles will get a lot tighter. It will take much longer for your muscles to stretch and open up. Your recovery is going to take a longer time. So age definitely is a factor, but it's by no means is it the only factor. And don't let age be like an excuse for you, because you're gonna have your body for as long as you have your body, for forever, literally. So don't let your age be an excuse. Oh, I can't do it because I'm old, or like whatever that shit is. Most of the people in Manflow Yoga who are our paying customers and using our members area are in their 50s and 60s. We also have a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, but people in their 50s make up the majority of people in the members area. And it's not because those workouts aren't appropriate for people who are in their 20s or 30s. It's just because we actually provide modifications and workouts and programs that are better for people who have less flexibility. If you go to a typical yoga studio, you do a typical yoga class, the first thing that they're going to ask is that first thing that people usually do is, okay, reach up and then forward fold and touch your toes. And most people can't actually touch their toes. So the first thing that you might experience in a yoga class is that, you can't do it. So anyways, point here is that age is a big factor in flexibility. And typically the older you are, the longer it takes for your muscles up, the longer it's going to take for you to notice improvements in your flexibility. But there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. And if you are concerned about, if you're older and you're concerned about injury, or you're concerned because you're not as flexible, then that's where Manflow Yoga comes in, because we focus on teaching guys who aren't flexible, who are new to yoga, and who need modifications, who need stretches, who need postures, that are different from what you would answer or that you would get in a typical yoga workout. So some other things to consider is whether or not you're using self-myofascial release techniques. So if we're talking about increasing flexibility, if all you're doing is body weight stuff, if all you're doing is stretching or strengthening, then you're not going to build as much, you're not going to increase flexibility as much. So one thing that you do want to do is start to incorporate some self-myofascial release techniques. And this is a big word for self-massage. So things like foam rolling, using lacrosse balls to help release muscle knots. You can use tools like a knot out, like a Mobo system, a tennis ball. These are all things that you can use to help with addressing pent up or addressing restricted muscle tissue. So if you have muscle knots, those aren't going to be released by just stretching them. You have to work into them. You have to do some sort of self-myofascial release work. So if your goal is to increase your flexibility, I would make sure that you're pairing yoga or whatever flexibility training you're doing with some self-myofascial release techniques. Again, foam roller, lacrosse ball, that kind of thing. And then the last thing that two more things to discuss here. The more frequently that you can work on your flexibility and the more intensely that you can work on your flexibility, the more quickly you're going to notice that your flexibility is improving. So I would recommend you get into a habit of doing some sort of flexibility training, yoga, whatever it is, on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be long. A lot of people think you have to do yoga for 60 minutes a day. You don't. Just do 5 minutes a day. Just start with 10 minutes a day. I have a free 7-day challenge, Beginner's Yoga for Men, that allows you to get started in about 15 minutes per day. And you don't have to do the entire workout. Just do what you feel you can and then stop there. The important thing is that you start to build a habit and start to be consistent. It's not that you undo all muscle tightness in one day. You just have to you just have to get started and build that habit. And once you have that habit, once you have it consistent, then you'll notice more progress over time. So it's about being consistent. It's not about doing everything at once. And then the last thing I want to talk about here is in terms of your flexibility, how often are you moving? What is your level of activity? If you're spending most of your day sitting, then that's going to negatively impact your flexibility. And there's no reason why you can't have a desk job and be flexible. If you have a desk job, if you're sitting a lot, then you're going to want to make sure that you're just getting up a lot and moving and stretching. So if you do have a desk job, I would recommend you get up every hour or so. You can go for a quick walk. You can do a yoga stretch here or there. I specifically have a program called the Posture Fix, which goes through my favorite exercises, my favorite postures for working on combating the negative effects of sitting. But in general, if you are less active, you are going to be less flexible. So, and then now to answer your question specifically, how much time does it take to develop flexibility? The answer here is really it varies, but you're going to notice the effects of working on your flexibility within your first few weeks of doing it. So by the end of 1 month, you should notice that your joints feel better and that you're moving better, even if you haven't progressed that much. So let's say that you're measuring your hamstring flexibility, right? And you're able to get your hands here, right? So if this is, if you do this for a month and this is where you start, and then a month later, you're able to go a few inches further, it doesn't seem like you made that much progress. But if you focus on how your body feels, if you focus on how much better you feel, how much better you're moving, then that's what I would recommend. If you're just going this solely based on, okay, can I touch my toes yet? Then you're probably not going to be as happy with your results. But if you can really focus on the benefits of flexibility in terms of how your body is feeling, then you'll notice that within the first month. As long as you're being consistent, doing something at least 3 times per week, ideally doing it every day, but 3 times per week is also going to be helpful, then you should notice that your flexibility is improving. Beyond that, typical milestone would be like 3 months or 6 months. So within 3 months or 6 months, you're going to notice that you have significantly improved flexibility. You'll be able to go deeper into postures. Postures that you started with that you could not do, you'll probably start to be able to do. And then after that, it's just incremental improvements. But you really want to focus on, in order to be consistent, I mean, if the goal here is to really increase your flexibility, it's going to take a long time to do that. Flexibility is one thing that takes a really long time to develop. Strength is the thing that you can build the most quickly. Flexibility comes after that, and then endurance is beyond that. So flexibility just takes a long time to work at. But the important thing is to focus on how flexibility training improves your day-to-day feeling. The cool thing about flexibility work is that it makes you feel better immediately. It releases tension in your muscles. It helps you move better. It helps your joints feel better. So if you can focus on that, then you're going to be a lot more happy with the results. Anyways, so that was my little spiel on how long it takes to become flexible. Answer: within 1 month, you'll notice you'll notice how much better you feel because you're doing. In 3 to 6 months, you're going to notice, as long as you've been working on the things that we addressed, active mobility, not just passive stretching, doing self-myofascial release, using a foam roller, getting massages, that kind of thing, you should notice pretty significant improvements within 3 to 6 months. All right, let's go through some of these questions because there's a lot. Okay, found your YouTube channel 2 weeks ago, been doing your 7-day routine. What should I do next? Hey, Kayam, I would definitely recommend that you join the members area and follow a program there. We have a launch guide that is going to get you set up. That's going to teach you how to get started, choosing a program for you based on your goals, based on your fitness level. I would actually also recommend, we do have a free, not a free, but we have a 6-week challenge, which is just $9. So if you're not ready to do the members area yet, there's a $9 challenge that you can do that lasts 6 weeks. That is a fantastic program. Workouts 30 to 40 minutes per day. It's called the Strength Foundations course. So you can sign up for that at manfulyoga.com/special. Tom Harvey is currently working through the Endurance Athletes Yoga program. That's an awesome program, Tom. Glad you're doing that. I just got your cork yoga blocks and strap needs set. Pamela, thank you so much for your support. Glad you got that. William Stevenson, are tight muscles reversible? Yes. Glib, how do you feel about one-arm inversions for older practitioners? I have no thoughts. As long as you have the fitness level, you can do it. Patrick, I have very bad FIA in my hips and spread my shoulder. Do you have any programs for training to FIA, femoroacetabular impingement? No, I don't. I don't know. We don't have a program that specific. That's something you're going to have to talk about with a physical therapist or with your orthopedist. Please tell me about back exercise. Back exercise is good for you. It can help your back. I have a program called Bulletproof Your Back for free. Based on that comment, you're going to want a free program. So go to manfulyoga.com/bulletproof-your-back. Stomach exercise. Tell me about stomach exercise. Stomach exercise is also good for you. Working your core can strengthen your hips, your back, and your knees. Very good for you. I have workouts for your core on my website and on YouTube, youtube.com/manfulyoga. The Strength Foundations course is awesome for strengthening your core as well. It's a very core-focused program, focused on strengthening muscle imbalances. Again, that's going to be at manfulyoga.com/special. So check that out. All right. Let's move into some other questions here on Facebook. Don't let me down, Facebook. Hope you guys have some cool questions here. Thanks, Dean. We appreciate you and your programs. Thank you, John. Raul, you're back. Hello. John, checking this out. Happy Monday. What's up, John? Hope this has been helpful so far. Hi from Madison. Do you have any recommendations for tense and knotty muscles near the rear base of the skull? Yes. So that can actually be tied to muscle tightness in your your rhomboids and traps. So if you have tightness up here, I would recommend you get a lacrosse ball and work on the inside of your shoulder blade. Okay, so you're going to put a lacrosse ball between your shoulder blade here, and then you're going to just roll on that on a wall, and you're probably going to feel it kind of radiating all the way up to the back of your head. So if you have headaches in the back of your neck here, it's probably tied to your upper back. So if you can work on your upper back mobility, it's going to really help with that, Andy. I hope you heard that. Skip, hey guys, what's up, Skip? Skip, hope you're enjoying everything. Careful, you'll get hooked. Truth. Nancy Ware is in phase 3 of the Posture Fix program right now. Great workouts. Hey, Nancy, thank you for joining me again. Good to see you again. Andy says, awesome. I'm doing bulletproof your shoulders right now, so keep doing that. Sounds like aim for 8 cycles. Andy, yes, but also I would highly recommend that you link for back program, please. All right. Just got that. Bulletproof your back. Check that out. But yeah, Andy, that program is perfect because it's going to help with strengthening, but I would also recommend you do that technique I just showed you. So getting a little crossball, working on this muscle on the inside of your shoulder blade, your rhomboids. We do have a self-myofascial release workout program that's going to show you how to do that. So go to that program, and then if you search for the upper body one or upper back, you'll find our shoulders, then you'll find that, and you can get an exact tutorial on how to do that. All right, cool. Aiming for 8 cycles of that program. That's great. By the way, Andy, just make sure that you're also doing some other full body work. Bulletproof your shoulders is, it's actually the one program that we have that is not full body. Bulletproof your knees, even the upper body program uses everything. But the Bulletproof your shoulders program is solely focused on upper body movements and a lot of shoulder mobility stuff. So hopefully you're just doing some other stuff too. All right, let's see what Instagram has to say. What up, Insta? Which yoga mat do you recommend? I recommend my yoga mat, manfulyoga.com/mat. It is longer, it's wider, it's thicker, and it has a built-in alignment system. If you use the code MFYGear30, or wait, is it MFYGear30? Let me double check. Go to manfulyoga.com/cork. And then there's actually a promo code on that page. Yeah, if you use the code MFYGear, all caps MFYGear, you'll get $40 savings on your Cork yoga mat set. So that includes everything, the strap, the 2 blocks, and the mat. And that's what you need typically to do yoga. What advice can you give to a fellow instructor who feels stuck in his practice? Find something else that makes you excited. There's so many aspects of movement. Mind the gap. I've learned my core and my feet are my weakest feature. Anything for feet would be appreciated. Yep. So mind the gap. We do have a workout that's a long, comprehensive workout called Yoga for Plantar Fasciitis. It's actually a 52-minute routine, but it goes through a lot of tutorials for exercises specifically for your feet. Then for core, pretty much anything that you do on my website or in my YouTube channel is going to be core focused. So you can't go wrong. But again, the Strength Foundations challenge is fantastic for working on your core. So that's what I'd recommend. Suggestions for sciatica. Husband has pain on the side of his right leg. Carlos, so for sciatica, you want to avoid forward folding. Avoid forward folds. Don't do any forward folds. Nothing like this. That's just going to make it worse. So you want to do things that you can do comfortably. Hip mobility is great. So anything where you hip mobility and your spine is not rounding. So keeping your spine neutral, getting your spine to extension with a back bend, that's going to help with sciatica. Sciatica. Specifically, you want to work on performance muscle. I know do that with a reclined figure 4 stretch and with a pigeon. We do have a workout for sciatica on our YouTube channel and on the Manful Yoga members area. In the members area, there are a few workouts for sciatic pain or sciatica. On the YouTube channel, there's at least one. So Carlos, go to youtube.com/manfulyoga and search for sciatica, and you'll find the workout for that there. Can you discuss the role of Manful Yoga in a personal grieving process? Not my thing. Sorry. I think that fitness is important to overall mental well-being and emotional well-being. I don't talk about this in my workouts because it's just not something that I bring into my fitness. I think that's a separate realm. But in terms of movement, in terms of helping with energy, in terms of fighting off the symptoms of anxiety and depression, exercising regularly is going to help you. Doesn't matter if you're doing a walk, but there are a lot of ways to do that, and working out regularly help. Let's see here. Just ordered the set and the block a few days ago from Tom. Just the fact that you sell a yoga mat for big guys like me is the winning fact. Thank you. Glad that's helpful. Let's see here. Facebook is messing up. Sorry, we're losing some connection there. I apologize, guys. Can you see results, increased flexibility and physique with yoga alone, or do you need cardio weightlifting supplementary workouts? Depends on how significant you want your results to be. If you are trying to add a significant amount of muscle mass, you'll probably have to also do weight training. If you're just predisposed to have more weight gain and you don't really change your diet that much, you are definitely going to have to work on weight training and work on other aspects. If your goal is to just look like me by doing yoga, it's never going to happen. You need to do weight training. You need to do some other fitness types. Are some men destined to never be flexible? If that's what you believe, sure. I don't think there's any reason why you can't improve your flexibility. Some people definitely are, genetics definitely play a factor, but there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do a squat and sit down in the squat position. Every body evolved to be able to do that. You have the genetics to be able to do that. It's whether or not it's what you do during the day that's going to determine, your flexibility. How do you feel about yin yoga? Yin yoga is great. Recovery yoga is important. It's great. I have a section for it in my members area where we have restorative workouts. It's very important. It's going to help you wind down. It helps with helps with stress relief, helps with muscle recovery. It's ultimately going to help you be more flexible and also just be overall more healthy and stronger. So yeah, definitely yin yoga is awesome. Cool. What recommend you have for mountain biking, cycling improvements? Teach kids and would love to get them doing more recovery. Yeah, so I do have my Yoga for Endurance program does have workouts for cyclists, but in general, you're just going to want to do hip mobility work. You're going to want to do spine mobility work. Think of what you're doing, Shad, I'm addressing your question here, but think of what you're doing when you're cycling, right? We're hunched over in this position here. Right, cycling with your arms. Yeah, that's how cycle works. Right, I'm cycling here. I'm in this position. I'm bent over. So we want to do everything that's going to be the opposite of that. So we want to open the chest up. We want to do movement with our spine. We want to twist. We want to open our hips up. Right, if this is where we are with our hips, then we want to do the opposite. We want to get into a nice big lunge. We want to work on external hip rotation. Doing stuff like pigeon. We want to get our legs straight, work on our hamstrings, do some forward folds. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do to help with cycling. But the main thing to keep in mind is that you're doing movements that are the opposite of what you do while you're cycling. Yeah, cool. Drove 12 hours last night. MFY taught me several nice stretches that really helped me in my hotel room. Scott, good to hear that. We actually do have a workout that I made specifically for travel. It's called Dean's Travel Routine. It's a 52-minute intermediate workout. That's in the workout library. There's also a couple other workouts for travel that I would highly recommend. But anyways, they're in the workout library. Check those out. Are your workouts available to buy as digital downloads? Yes, Tony and NYC, you can buy the workouts as digital downloads. Typically, to get to those workouts, you'll have to be a member. And then from the members area, you can download workouts a la carte. So you can buy individual workouts if you want to download this and then take them on your, add them to a computer or put them on your phone or whatever you want with that. Nico, how tall are people less flexible? I mean, not really. They seem to complain more about flexibility, but they're not less flexible. Their height combined with maybe a general lack of flexibility is more noticeable than shorter people. But are taller people less flexible? No, I don't buy that. Workout on chests for breasts. Bench press, push-ups, dumbbell press. Yeah, that. Dean, I wanted to thanks for all your efforts. I love your workouts. You make them very clear with your instructions. Gohan, Tosun, Gökhan, Türk müsün? Türkçe konuşuyor musun? Gökhan Bey, seninle konuşmaya çalışıyorum. Bir cevap ver lütfen. Yes, I'm totes speaking Turkish right now. Yes, harika. Teşekkürler. Evet, Türkiye'de yaşadım. Yaklaşık bir yıl orada kaldım. Any thoughts on inflammatory diet / foods? Yeah, you should avoid inflammatory diets. Eat better food. Absolutely. It's very important. If you're overweight and you want to lose weight, you have to eat better. Generally, you're going to feel much better too. Once you start eating better, you're not going to want to have unhealthy foods. Once you get to the point where it takes a while. And I don't want to get into the whole, yes, people have emotional relationships with food. But once you start eating better, and if you can start to tie together how you feel if you can tie together your physical state, how you feel in response to what you eat, eventually you'll get to the point that you don't want to have unhealthy foods, because the short-term pleasure of the unhealthy food doesn't outweigh the negative way that you feel afterwards, or the negative, effects that it has on your body. So eating healthy food, living a healthy lifestyle, avoiding inflammatory foods, you'll eventually learn that it's really good to do that. And then you just do it because you don't want to feel bad. Takes a while to get there, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, making it harder to have unhealthy foods, keeping healthy food at home, not having unhealthy foods at home. Ton of strategies here that I won't discuss, but you can address it like any habit. So yeah. There was one other question on diet that I looked at that I thought, oh, that might be cool to talk about. Does nutrition have any impact on flexibility? If I drink a bunch of beers, will that be detrimental? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that would suggest that. The thing that you would want to avoid, however, if you're drinking a bunch of beer and you do it before you go to sleep, then that's going to affect your sleep. You're not going to sleep as well. You're not going to recover, so your muscles will just not recover as well. You're also going to be dehydrated, which is bad for your muscles because you're at a higher risk of injury. They're not going to stretch as well. You're just not going to move as well. You're going to feel as well. So diet's definitely important. I wouldn't just ignore it because you're not going to move as well and you're not going to feel as well. So yeah. Hello from Indiana. Love the show. Thanks, Ed. Okay. All right. Sweet. So it's been about 40 minutes, and this is when I start to lose my ability to think clearly and start rambling. So I am going to sign off for now. Thank you for joining. I hope this was helpful. I will look forward to seeing you guys next week, where I will be making an enormous announcement. It's huge. Can't wait to announce it. But actually, we're probably going to do this. Well, I'll probably still do it on Monday next week, but I should probably do it Tuesday. But we'll see what happens. I might delay it to Tuesday because next Monday is Memorial Day, which is a holiday here in the U.S. So, anyways, big announcement coming next week. Also, we may have a sale this weekend. So if you're watching this and thinking, oh, I would love to sign up for the members area that Dean keeps talking about, then we may or may not be having a sale this weekend. We're having a sale this weekend. Get on my email list. You'll be the first to know. manfulyoga.com/7DC. Literally just sign up for any of my free programs and you'll get on my email list. And then you'll be the first to know when the sale goes live. All right. Thanks for watching. Again, see you guys on the next. Oh, to get started, again, if you're watching this and you're kind of overwhelmed where to start, my 7-day challenge is free. It's awesome. It's beginner's yoga for men, beginner-friendly postures, modifications for guys who aren't flexible, daily emails to help hold you accountable. You can sign up for that at manflowyoga.com/7DC. If you're looking something a bit longer term, we do have a 6-week challenge that is just $9. You can sign up for that at manflowyoga.com/special. And that program is nothing short of life-changing, dramatic improvements. I'm not exaggerating. It's amazing. So there, check that out. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.